Greetings, fellow tentacles. Welcome to the Alternative Tentacles Backcast, your guide to the weird, wild, and wonderful world of alternative tentacles. My name is Dominic Davi. You might know me from the band Tsunami Bomb, or the band Loudgraves, or the podcast 3 Gigs, and occasionally Monster Candy Podcast. But I am the host of Alternative Tentacles Backcast now, and I'm going to be guiding you through everything that's happening here at Alternative Tentacles, and I'm very excited to do so. I'm broadcasting from the Batcave, where Alternative Tentacles is headquartered, and we have so much to go over, I don't even know where to begin. One of the things that I should let you all know is that, as you probably noticed, Alternative Tentacles Backcast had been kind of off the air for a long time. This podcast has been going since about 2007, I think. We've had some stops and starts. This last one was my fault. I was working on bringing the podcast back, but unfortunately I suffered a medical emergency in April of 2022 where I had a stroke. I actually tell the whole story about it in Jello Biafra's brand new podcast, or relatively new podcast, called Renegade Roundtable. And if you haven't checked it out, you really should. You can find it anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Each week, or each episode rather, he sits down with a different guest and talks to them about their career, their situation. He talks about what he's got going on. My episode was, I think, episode 3 or 4. And I talk about the stroke as well as things that are going on at Alternative Tentacles and how it works and what it's like behind the scene. The latest episode of Jello Biafra's Renegade Roundtable is out now. And as I see it, it looks like this time he sat down with legendary bassist of the Minutemen, Mike Watt. They have an incredible conversation discussing growing up, how Mike Watt got started in the music industry, and politics, because it's Jello. So check it out. You can find it anywhere. Jello Biafra's Renegade Roundtable, the latest episode, Mike Watt. I've done a number of jobs with Alternative Tentacles over the years, so that puts me in a really good position to be one of the main hosts for the Backcast. So this podcast is going to be really dedicated to keeping you up to date on what's going on, what our bands are doing. I'm going to be having guests. I'll be interviewing bands. I'll be talking to different people, including my own band, because we're on AT. And occasionally Jello Biafra himself will come on here and answer your questions. But speaking of that, I'm going to be answering a bunch of your questions, because recently I put it to the Alternative Tentacles Facebook group, and I asked them all what are their questions, what do they want to know, and I'm going to answer them here as well as I answered them on Facebook. So let's talk about Spank Machine first. Spank Machine has just released, as of August 15th, their digital streaming album, Spank You Very Much. It's now you can hear it anywhere you stream music. This album has been sitting for 30 years. No one had heard it, because the band was originally around and active in 1993. So the story goes that Jerry Jen Wilson and her best friend, Annie Kid Wolf, which AT fans might recognize that name. Annie Kid has been releasing albums with Alternative Tentacles for years, both solo and then like as Annie Kid, the Annie Kid Music Project, and Fuel Injected 45. So she's been doing incredible work for years, but she had this band with her best friend back in 1993, and Spank Machine was a grunge, heavy punk rock band that dominated the Vancouver music scene for years. They were known for crazy shows, and sometimes they'd have a live dominatrix on stage, and it was all really awesome. And they did that for years. And so, but you know, bands fall apart and people move on. And she moved on to other projects. But 2023 marks the 30-year anniversary of the unreleased album, that since they recorded and done all this work, and it just never saw the light of day. Unfortunately, Jerry Jen Wilson passed away fairly recently, in a house fire. And as a tribute to her, she brought this album to Alternative Tentacles for us to consider, and Jello Biafra liked it and wanted to put it out. So it is now out as a digital streaming record for you to hear. So we're really excited, and the record is great. They have 3 videos for this album. We released Cinderella on Ice first as a preview, and then on August 15th we dropped Uptight, another music video. I'm going to play Cinderella on Ice. You should check this out. This is going to be awesome. It's a great song, and it'll give you an idea of what they're like. I mean, if you like Throwing Muses, The Breeders, and L7, you'll love this. But Spank Machine is a band all on its own. It has its own unique sound and its own unique take. So check it out. This is Spank Machine, Cinderella on Ice. Take a listen. You can hear the album anywhere. You can purchase it for download. Check it out. Thank you very much. It's out now. It's our latest release. Here it is, Cinderella on Ice by Spank Machine. And we're back. Okay, so let's talk about some of the questions that you guys have had for us. I collected a few that we got, and here's what I'm going to do. So right off the top, a lot of people were asking about specific releases, so I will answer them right now. One of the first ones we got was, is there any talk of a complete Tragic Mulatto re-release? No, not yet, but that's not out of the question. We actually have some really big things happening with Alternative Tentacles right now, where we're reorganizing how we do things, and a big focus is going to be on represses. And Tragic Mulatto will certainly be a part of that. The expectation I would have is that we will re-release all of everything that we have for them on vinyl. But there are some things in front of them that we need to get out first. One of the things we are starting to focus on mostly right now are Jello Biafra's releases, and once those are all out, we're moving to other artists. And I can assure you that Tragic Mulatto will definitely be part of them. They're incredible, and we need to get it out. So another question followed on the heels of that was regarding the Crucifix getting repressed. And yes, that one is definitely going to get repressed. That is one of the ones I think that we have closer to the top of the list of things that we're going to be working on. We have a big we have a really big plan that's going to be coming up, and we're going to be talking to people about how Alternative Tentacles is going to be moving forward and how we're going to give represses and special editions of these represses to you guys, to the people who want them. It's going to be really exciting. It's going to get, I think it's a new way that we haven't done things in the past, and it's going to help us turn our attention to a lot of things in our catalog that need repressing and they need to get out there. So look for that. That's going to be happening soon. Finally, a question for this round. A few years ago, AT announced that they were going to reissue Last Scream of the Missing Neighbors. Is that still going to happen? Yes, that is actually part of the represses that we're starting with that are Jello releases. One of the problems that happened with that is we ran into a mastering issue where our longtime mastering engineer that Jello worked with was a gentleman by the name of George Horn, and he was amazing. In fact, he actually worked for my band, Tsunami Bomb, on mastering our collection, Trust No One, which collected all of our early years stuff that came out on Kung Fu Records. And he did that, and he was amazing. He did fantastic work. He was really good at what he did, but unfortunately, he did a mastered version of a remaster, and Jello didn't like it and was having trouble scheduling time to work on it with him to get it done. And unfortunately, in the meantime, George Horn passed away and we lost him. So that kind of stopped and stalled things out with that remastered version of the record coming out. However, the silver lining is that George Horn's apprentice assistant is now doing mastering, and we are going to be working with her, and she's incredible. So that record is back on track, and it is definitely one of the records that we are looking to do. Anne-Marie is an amazing talent, and she worked on a lot of our stuff before with under George Horn, and we're working with her now, and she's set up and she's ready to go. So we're going to be doing a lot of stuff with her. So that's going to be coming out. That is 100% coming back. We have all the paper products for those records already printed. Everything's ready to go. We just needed a good remaster. Jello is really picky, and if he doesn't like it, it doesn't happen. So we're really excited about moving this forward. Okay, in other news, let's talk about the Darts. The Darts have been exploding lately. They are an incredible band, and if you haven't checked them out, you need to. They have a brand new album called Snake Oil, and they've been touring nonstop in support of it, mostly in Europe, and that's where they are right now. So check dates. If you're in Europe, take a look at dates right now, see if you can find them. They've even announced another batch of dates for Europe. So they have a tour starting September 9th that are going to be doing more Europe dates. You have to catch them. They are incredible. But we blew through their initial order of pressing, and I think we have about 100 left of this purple edition. That was the first pressing for America. And so now we've repressed the record because of popular demand. We had to continue to fill orders and prepare. So now we have it in transparent green. It's now in stock, fully stocked up. You can get it at alternativetentacles.com. It's an incredible album, and you have to check it out. There's still purple ones left, but they're going fast. So if you want one of their first pressing, get it now. But the second pressing is out, so you don't have to worry. That's going to be a great one. It's an incredible album. The Darts are an incredible band, and they have a special place in my heart. So pause this podcast and go order their record if you don't own it. You will not be sorry. I've introduced a ton of people to Darts. They all love the band, and you will love them too. I'm gonna play a song by them right now. We're gonna check out "Bring It Back." This is the latest video they made for this song. This is an incredible song. It's right off Snake Oil. I love it so much. I hope you check it out. Hope you like it too. Take a listen. This is the Darts with "Bring It Back."
Is this the former? Is this the
And we're back again. Now, I'm actually excited to answer some more questions. So let's take a look at what people have been asking Alternative Tentacles. Let's start from the top. So somebody asked that they've been hearing rumors about a brand new Lard album. No. As far as I'm aware, there is no plans for a brand new Lard album. I know that they've talked about it. I know that some songs have been kicked around, but ultimately it hasn't really manifested. No one would be more excited than me. I would love there to be a new Lard album. That would be fantastic. So at any time that can change. It's really up to them and how much they commit to it. I know some of the ideas that are suggested for Lard have ended up becoming Ministry. But to that effect, I would suggest any Lard fans to go check out Sabotage is Sex by Ministry, featuring Jello Biafra. I know it's a Ministry song, but it's a Lard song. I mean, it's totally a Lard song. In fact, I'm going to play it right now, even though it's not on Alternative Tentacles, but it has Jello. So you tell me, you listen to it. If you haven't heard it, you're going to hear it right now. Ministry, Sabotage is Sex. You tell me if you think that it is a Lard song. And I think you're going to agree it is. But check it out. To me, this is the closest thing we have right now to having a brand new Lard album. And it's an awesome song. Take a listen. Here we go. Ministry with Sabotage is Sex, featuring Jello Biafra. And we're back, and I rest my case. I rest my case. You tell me if you don't think it's Lard. I think that's a Lard song. It's a Lard song on a Ministry album, and it's awesome. Okay, next question. Any closer to the re-releases of the No Means No discography on vinyl? Yes, we are very close. I know this has been a long time coming, but I will tell you right now, there are albums being pressed as we speak, and this is coming. This is happening. We're going to be releasing them pretty steadily as we go. That's a high priority. And once the first LP drops, you're going to see an explosion of the digital streaming of their catalog. We're really excited about this. There's a lot going on with No Means No, so we ask your patience for just a little bit longer. But once it gets going, we're going to start putting out all these albums again. This is an incredible band, and we're really excited that they've come back to Alternative Tentacles, and we're going to be able to re-release all of these things. It is a high priority, second only to getting all of Jello's albums out. It's right there. So we're already working on it. It's already in the process. So look for that soon. Yes. No Means No is coming. Finally, from this round, I got a question that says, what if I just call and hum in tunes to your voicemail? You could do that. I guess you could do that. We do have a phone line here. You can call us. The number is on the website. Give us a call. I wouldn't. I don't think you're going to get signed or you're going to get anything out of it, but we'll find it funny. While back, somebody used to do that. They would leave messages on our answering machine, and they'd fill it until no messages could be put on it any longer over the weekend, and we just hear somebody go dun 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 dun. And I mean, he would do this until the machine was full, and he never said who he was. He never said what he wanted. I don't know what the intention was, but for like months that happened. And at one point we joked about collecting it and putting it out as an album. But Jello nixed that. He didn't want to pay for that. So, there it is. But we had no idea who it was doing. So yeah, maybe that's the person. Maybe you're the person that did that. So, I mean, I don't know why you did that. I don't know why you would do that, but you can do that. But just remember, you can call us, and we sometimes we'll try and get back to you if we can. So there it is. All right. Next bit of news of what's going on, I get to actually talk about my band, Tsunami Bomb. So for those of you who don't know, Tsunami Bomb's from the Northern Bay area, and we've been around for a long time. We started in like 1993. And we took a bit of we were kind of dead to the world for about 10 years before we came back. And the band in its current form has been going longer than any other version of the band. We are now like 8 years in to this new chapter, the new chapter. But we got a bunch of shows coming up. So at the end of the month, starting August 31st, we're going to be doing a run on the East Coast with a band called the Dolly Rots that we're good friends with, that we've been meaning to play with for a while. We're going to be playing the Sonya in Boston. We're going to be making an appearance on September 1st at Camp Pennsylvania, which is a festival out in Scranton, Pennsylvania. We're going to be playing on September 2nd. We'll be playing DC9 in Washington, D.C., and we'll be playing September 3rd at the Amityville Music Hall in Long Island. So come and check us out. Say hi. Later this year, we're going to be on Fest in Florida, in Gainesville, in October. And we're talking, it looks like we just announced a European tour with Hans Gruber and the Diehards, a really great ska band. We're going to go to Europe together in spring of 2024. So we got a lot going on there. The band is kicking. We got a lot of stuff. We're working on new stuff. We're getting ready to record too. There's a lot going on. So I'm biased. I love Tsunami Bomb. I started it. I love this band and I love everyone in it. They're really great. I'm going to play you one of our more upbeat tunes I called Lullaby for the End of the World. This is off of our album, The Spine That Binds, that came out in 2019, right before the pandemic, on Alternative Tentacles. We also have a 7-inch called Still Standing that's really great that you should check out. It was out of stock for a while at Alternative Tentacles, but now it's back in, so you should get one. You should head over to alternativetentacles.com and pick one up. But this one's called Lullaby for the End of the World. It's off Spine That Binds. Check it out, and if you're watching, you're going to see a live concert video. So enjoy. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that. That was my band, Tsunami Bomb, playing Lullaby for the End of the World off of our album, The Spine That Binds. In stores everywhere and at alternativetentacles.com. There's still a few of the turquoise LP, the limited color turquoise LPs available of that record. Originally, those were all going to be for live shows only, and we were going to take them. But when the pandemic hit, that stopped all of our tour plans dead. And so AT has them, and they've sometimes sold them and sometimes haven't. And now they're back up. So head over to Alternative Tentacles. You can get a Spine That Binds on a limited color. There's I think only about 100 left or so, and that'll be it. Because we've kind of kept those. They kept holding them and then selling, and it kept going back and forth. So there's more left than there would be otherwise if we'd have just released them all in the beginning. But check it out. It's a great album. All right, so back to your questions. So we got two more questions. One of them was, what happened with the 7-inch club? Okay, so those of you who have been with Alternative Tentacles for a while, you might remember that we've done a 7-inch club. This was something we came up with to, initially we did it a mix of, the year prior we did a mix of old 7 inches and new 7 inches mixed together so that every month you got a 7-inch in the mail. For the second edition of the 7-inch club, we decided that we had this plan for all these 7-inches coming out. So we were like, tell you what, as they come, as they show up, you've already pre-bought it. So you'll get 12 of the next 7-inches that come out on Alternative Tentacles. And we have, I think there's been a number of 7-inches, I think like DFMK, Jucifer, Wheelchair Sports Camp also had one, and Culture Shock. So there's been like 4 or 5 that have come out for this 7-inch club. So you're still due about, you know, what was it, 6 or 7, 5, 6 or 7. I don't have it in front of me, but if you are in the 7-inch club, it is still going on. There are 7-inches being worked on right now. One of the things that slowed it down is a couple bands that said they were going to do 7-inches ended up not doing 7-inches, and a couple bands like Tsunami Bomb that were supposed to do 7-inches at this point slowed down and are doing them at this point. So all those things are still happening. You're still going to get a bunch of 7-inches coming in. Oh, No Means No, Dad Revenge, the reissue in color, limited color, was one of the 7-inches. So yeah, Dad Revenge from No Means No, DFMK, Jucifer, Wheelchair Sports Camp, and Culture Shock. So you've had 5. So you're going to get another 7 coming for a total of 12. So it's coming. You're still going to get them. Hang in there. You're set. You're going to get them. We're also taking this idea, and we recognize that it's dragged out longer than we intended. We thought that you would have had all your 7-inches by now. But so we are launching kind of a new program moving forward on how to get people records faster and how to make sure you get to reserve and pre-order special limited edition versions of those records as they come out. So bear with us. You're gonna hear a lot more about this soon. But regardless of what we do, what we launch, or anything else, you are set for 7-inches. If you're in the club, you're gonna get your full spread of 7-inches, however long it takes. But we're looking at a bunch of 7-inches coming out really soon, so you're gonna get them. Next question: should I buy an overpriced Prairie Home Invasion LP, or will there be a pressing sometime? Okay, that's kind of funny. I don't know why they're overpriced. We recently repressed them not that long ago, and I think we just went through the pressing. So it's not like it's been out of press for a long time. So I'm not sure why somebody is overcharging. However, it is out of print right now. But we are bringing it back. That, like as I said earlier in the episode, a big focus right now is getting all of Jello Biafra's albums on Alternative Tentacles, all the various ones, anything that's not in stock, getting it back in stock. And that's our priority. So expect to see all of those back in stock, in stores, with limited edition versions of each, the whole bit. You're going to see it. It's going to happen, and you're going to know how you can get a limited edition version of it if you so choose. So I would not buy the overpriced version unless you really, really need it. If you can be patient, you're going to get that back in stock very, very soon. I would say within the next year, probably within 6 months, you're going to see that record. So that's my prediction. Hang in there. Okay, so that's all the questions that I was submitted through the Facebook group, the Alternative Tentacles Records Club, and really appreciate that. That group is going to become really important with some of the things that we are doing and how we're moving forward. So if you have any more questions, you feel free to submit over there. We will be looking for your questions, and I will answer them both in the group as on social media, and I'll answer them in future episodes of the podcast. So right now, our last bit of news is we're very excited about this. Legendary Shack Shakers, the incredible Legendary Shack Shakers, have announced some new tour dates for this summer. Frontman J.D. Wilkes has invited the original 90s era bassist Todd Anderson and 2 new honorary Shack Shakers, Sam French from Toto and the Raw Deals and Isabel Garcia from Rev Beatman, to tour with him. They're going to do a run from August 25th to September 9th. They're starting at Pikes Peaks International Raceway in Fountain, Colorado. And they're going to tour all the way through the Muddy Roots Festival in Cookeville, Tennessee. So they got a bunch of Midwestern tour dates. You can see all of that on our social media. You can see it on our site. Take a look. Legendary Shack Shakers are incredible. They released an album with us last year, CockadoodleDeux. It's a sequel to their CockadoodleDeux album. That is a famous album from them. They are an amazing band. You know, seeing them is like an experience I can't begin to explain. If you have a chance to see Legendary Shack Shakers, go. This is a fairly short run for them. They usually will tour a lot more than this. This one's going to be with the 40 Acre Mule. They're going to be supporting. Go take a look at their social media, their website, legendaryshackshakers.com, or you can find it all at alternativetentacles.com. We have links, ticket links. 100%. Gotta go see them if you can. I'm going to play a song from them. This song is Rawhide. It's a cover of the famous Rawhide song featuring Jello Biafra, and it's by Legendary Shack Shakers off their album CockadoodleDeux, and I think you'll like it. I think that's a great note to end on. I'm back for the first time. I'm a little rusty. It's been a long time since I've done a podcast for Alternative Tentacles. I hope you enjoyed my rambling and answering questions and talking about bands on Alternative Tentacles. We have a lot of things going on. This is going to be really exciting. I will be back in 2 weeks to tell you more about what's going on with Alternative Tentacles, answering your questions, and maybe I'll have a guest when I come back. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Dominic Davi. If you want to find out more about me, check out tsunamibomb.net. Check out loudgraves.com for my bands, and you can hear my old podcast 3 Gigs at 3gigs.com. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, I will be doing more of them soon. But you'll see me here in 2 weeks for another episode of the Alternative Tentacles Batcast. Take care, everybody, and I will talk to you next time. Thank you so much. Bye.